in your activity workbook, page 67, you should have it out. You should have torn out page 71 and 72 to take home and give to your parents. This is your family letter. Okay, let's look at these. We're going to work together to do this. Let's name the angles first. So in your note or in your workbook, what angle do I have on number 6? Obtuse. It is big. It's bigger than 90 degrees. So we have an obtuse angle. Okay, so what would 7 be? Acute. It is less than 90 degrees. It is so small. Look at it. It is acute angle. And our last one?
Right angle.
Right angle. It is perfect. It helps us. It tells us right here by the square that it is a right angle. Okay. Now we have named our angles. What I want for you to do, for each of these 3 angles, put a dot on the vertex. Put a dot on your vertex right now. Go through for each of these 3 angles, put a dot on your vertex. Put a dot on your vertex. For each angle, put a dot on your vertex. So for number 6, my dot would be on G. That is my vertex for those 2 parts come together. Where they intersect, exactly. Number 7, where would I put my dot? Y. Number 8, M. Okay, the reason I'm telling you to do this is because we have to name our angle. We've done this before. We're going to get it right this time. Make sure we get it right. The dot has to be the letter in the middle. Okay? So every time you write the angle, the letter that you put the dot on has to be in the middle. Okay? So, if I was going to write the angle for number 6, I normally start off at the top one. So what would the top be? F. Then I tell the middle, where we put the dot, G. And the last letter, H. Right now this just looks like a clump of letters to me. What symbol do I put before it so that I know that it is an angle? An angle symbol. It looks just like that. So on your line, write the angle that you have there. Angle F, G, H. Okay, you write number 7 and number 8. Write the angles for each one. Please do not forget to include your vertex. 7 and 8. Make sure you have your angle symbol. these on your line as well so that we know which ones we're doing are acute, which ones we're doing are obtuse. Okay, after you've done that, let's put a dot on our vertex. What is the vertex? E. So this, whatever angles I name, that vertex must be in the middle. Okay? Can we find an acute angle? Christiane, you can help. She found angle DEC for an acute angle. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. If angle DEC is an acute angle. All right, let's write that one down. Angle DEC. Okay, you find the other acute angle. There's one other acute angle. You find it, write it down. Make sure you write the angle symbol. I'm going to give you a hint. Usually acute angles in intersecting lines are across from each other. Obtuse angles will be across from each other too. Who can help me out to the other acute angle? Daquan. Angle BEC. BEC is an acute angle. Come on. BEA. Is that one less than 90? Yes, this one's less than 90. Angle BEA or angle AEB. They are the same. Okay, obtuse angles, my big fat angles. Gianna, you can tell me one. She found angle AED. AED. This one is greater than 90 degrees. Okay, who can help me with my other angle, Kobe? Kobe. CEB. So my other obtuse angle, CEB. Remember, our middle letter is always going to be our vertex. So where they cross. So E is always our middle. Whatever they cross, wherever they make that point, is going to be our middle letter in naming our angles. Questions on finding your angles? What? How do we know which one's which? You just gotta look. Which one's the smaller angle, which one's the bigger angle? You just gotta do it off by looking. Right here, yeah, we're looking right here. Even though this was like shorter, I'm looking at this right here. Is that part less than 90? And then I'm looking, if it's obtuse, is this one greater than 90? That's what I'm looking. I'm not looking at how big the angle is, like that one's little and this one's big. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at that part in between where the lines connect. Okay? Because when I find an acute angle, it's little in between. Okay? And an obtuse angle the longest.